Hello and welcome back. Today we'll learn as to how we go about creating a dashboard in Microsoft Excel. And we are talking about creating an interactive dashboard. A lot of the time what happens with a lot of us is we create reports in Microsoft Excel, and when we look at presenting the data, we often move to a PowerPoint. But the challenge with moving to a PowerPoint is when there's a change in data, or the management or the people you're presenting the data want to see some changes in the graphs. Often it's not possible because we'll have to come back to Microsoft Excel, make the changes and put it back on your PowerPoint. But it's possible for us to create a dashboard in Microsoft Excel itself, and that's what we're going to learn today. For that, I request you to download this file called 6.3 dashboard. It's attached to this module. So here I'm working on the file 6.3 dashboard. I have sheet 2 and employee data. On the employee data, we have the details of the employee that we have been working on. And in sheet 2 is all the graphs that we have created. So we will look at creating an interactive dashboard. So to start with, we'll add a new sheet. Click on the plus sign here. And this is a new sheet and we're going to name it as dashboard. So here we have the sheet called dashboard. In order to create a dashboard, we'll try and remove all these lines here. So we'll click on the entire sheet. On the home tab, where we have the borders, we'll select the line white and we'll click on all borders. So now entire page is blank, so it gives us enough space to create the dashboard. To start creating a dashboard, what we'll do is we will add our logo. Since this session is from CHRMP, we'll add the CHRMP logo. So based on where you have your picture, I have it in my desktop. So here I have my logo. I'll make this a little smaller. And I'm going to leave it here. Now, based on this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start adding my charts. For that, I'll go to sheet 2 where I have the charts created. So for example, the first chart, the number of people in the department, I'll copy. I'll paste it here. I'll click somewhere outside, paste it. So here is where I want my first chart to appear. Likewise, I'll copy the other chart. Paste it. And just give it a space where I want to keep it. Now what I want to do is I want to ensure I align it. So I'll just, the alignment looks fine here. The next thing, we want the average salary. Now what I want in the average salary is I want the labels as well. So I'll right click, add data labels. Now you see our data is overlapping, so I'm going to make some edits here. Double click on it. I have the format options, the alignment, and I want the direction to be rotate by 270 degrees. And here I have the charts. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this a little down. We'll make this a little bigger so that this data does not overlap. I'll remove the lines as well. So you see this chart is looking much better now. And I do not want the totals. I will remove that. Click on it and delete. So this chart, copy, go to the dashboard, and I paste it. Likewise, go to sheet 2, we'll just give a label to these charts as well. Data labels. We do not have to change the alignment because your data is not overlapping. I'll remove the total. I'll give it the heading as well. Number of people in sub-department. I'll take this, go to the dashboard and paste it here. Likewise, I'm going to go back to sheet 2 again. And again, I'll give it labels here. We'll just make this a little bigger. Make it bold, and we'll change the color to white. So depending on what suits you and your organization, you can use that. And we're going to name it as employee status, employment status. Go to our dashboard, and based on where you want it, you can paste it there. So I'm just placing the charts in alignment, and similarly I'm going to add I'll just add the map, for example here. Now go to dashboard and right, so we have the map as well. So now that we have these details, we've just put 6 charts, but you can have multiple. So what we're trying to do is we will first try and align your charts. So we'll select the first 2, we'll ensure the alignment is correct. So here I've selected these 2 charts. On the shape format, what I'm going to do is I'm going to align it, and if you see there's align objects here, click on the arrow, so we'll see align to top. So these 2 are the first 2 charts that we have. We want to ensure that those are aligned. So if I say align to top, what it does is it creates the same alignment. Likewise, what I'm going to do is all these 3 charts. So the first chart I select, control command, select the 3 charts. Now I want to ensure towards the left the alignment is correct. So again, go to your shape format, align to left, and you see the second chart moved a little bit and the alignment is right. Likewise, we're going to do to this chart as well. Now here we're going to align to the right. Now you see all the charts are in alignment. So this is how we go about creating a dashboard. But what we are looking at doing is we're going to create an interactive dashboard. So for that, what we're going to do is we're going to add our slices. So the slices that we have created previously, we can click on the command or the control key and select it, copy, go to your dashboard and paste it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an alignment for your slices as well. So now what I want the slices to do, I want it to be in line with the other. So here we'll see we have the slices, and when you remove the details you will actually see. So for example, I want to see the active employees. You can see the changes happening on this first chart. Likewise, I want to see the inactive employees. And here the changes are just taking place in the first chart. The good thing about slicers is your slicers can be attached to all the data that are attached to the pivot. So here you'll see, click on the slicer, right click, and you say report connections. And once you click on report connections, what we want is, we want your slicers to be linked to all the pivots that we have created. So when you do that and you click on OK, what it now does is this particular slicer has been attached to all the pivot charts. Now if I click on active or inactive, you would see the changes taking place on all the charts. You can see here, and when you remove the filter, likewise your data changes. What we need to do is, for all the charts, we need to do that manually. So I click on the next one, zone, right click, report connections, and I select all the pivots manually, click on OK. Now what we want is your active employees. I want to see that, and I want to see the active employees in the Midwest. If I click on Midwest, you see our data has changed accordingly. Likewise, your Northeast, your South, and your West. We can even click on multiple, so your West and South, and you see your data is changing accordingly. So now what we have done is we have created an interactive dashboard. So if the manager comes back to you and says, I want to see the details in the South, you do not have to go create new charts, it becomes easy. Likewise, for the department, right click, report connections, link it to all the pivots. Okay. Now I'll remove the filters for the first two, and I want to see the administrative department. You can see the changes accordingly. I want to see your administrative and your finance department. Come on. And here we can see the changes. Likewise for your employment status as well. Right click, report connections. Connect it to all the slicers. Okay. And here, even if I select the contract employees, it gives me just the details for the contract employees. So what we see right now is your administrative department, your finance department, and all the contract people. To make this chart a little more beautiful, what we'll do is, we'll now select the outside of the chart here. So this is where our chart appears, and we want to give it a border. So what I've done is I've just outlined the entire details here. Then I go to the home tab, all borders, click on that, and we'll give a line. We'll give it a green color, for example. Select green, go to your borders, and I want thick box border. So if I click on that, now you see it gives a better feel to your dashboard as well. Instead of going and creating a report on PowerPoint, what we can now do is all of those things can be done in Excel itself, where there is a lot more interaction. Do spend some time for all the charts that you have created. Based on that, you can actually go and create your dashboards. Spend some time. This does make your work a lot more attractive and gives you a better space to actually play with data. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next lesson.